Hi everybody, I am Milzone and this is my first tutorial on Cinema4d. In this tutorial we will treat dynamics. What's dynamics? Dynamics I think could be defined as a built-in software engine of Cinema4d. Okay, I don't know if it's totally right, but I think it's close to the reality. Okay. We will create a wall, and this wall will be smashed down by a ball. Okay, so let's start it with a cube to create our first brick. Well, now let's change the size of our cube. We select the cube, get in the object properties, in the size. I think we could make it 50 for 30 for 20. Okay, this is a nice brick. And now to make this brick become a wall, we will use a real interesting tool of the MoGraph menu, and this tool is the cloner object. I think that you will use 1,000 times this cloner object when you mess around with Cinema4d. It's very useful, it's very powerful. Okay, we make this cube a child of the cloner object, and as you can see, immediately we have 3 bricks instead of 1. Now we must deal with the properties of the cloner object. First we change the mode from linear to grid array, and now we will change the count number. We will decrease the z number to 1. We will increase the y number to 7, I think it's enough, and the x number the same, to 7. As you can see, immediately we have a problem because our bricks are overlapping each other. We could solve this problem by changing the size of the count. We could increase the x count size. As you can see, the wall is getting bigger. Okay, I think 300 is enough. Okay, perfect. And we could decrease the y count of the cloner object. I think 185. It's enough, it's good. 300 and 185. Okay, now we have our wall, and we could change the name of the cloner into wall. Okay, now we must create a floor where this wall will fall down. Okay, here we have our plane, a plane to make the floor. We change the size of this plane. We could make the width about 500 centimeters and the height, I think 1,500 centimeters. Yeah, it's enough. Now we must change the position of the wall. We could do it in another viewport, and now I tell you about some shortcuts that would be very helpful in your usage of this software. Okay, so we are in the perspective view. Now if I press F5, I have an overall of the viewports. Okay, remember F5 to have an overall. If I press F4, I'm in the front view, and the front view is the one I want to change the the wall position. Okay, so I bring up the wall. Okay, I think it's good, it's on the floor. And to come back in the perspective view, I press F1. So remember, I think these keys will be very important for you when you work in Cinema4d. F1 perspective, F2 top view, F3 right view, F4 front view, F5 overall of the viewports. So F1 now. Now we have our wall and we have our plane. We must create the collider object, and I think we could choose a sphere. It's the right object for our purpose. We must place the sphere in the right place. We could change the sphere size, so I decrease the radius from 100 to 30 centimeter. I think it's enough. Again, I go in the front view to place the sphere in the right place. Select the sphere a little bit down. Okay, the sphere is on the floor. It's good. Okay, F1 to the perspective view. Okay, and now we must assign a dynamic body to the actors of our scene. So you could select all the three objects by pressing Shift and then Shift left button on the plane, left button on the wall, then right click and choose Dynamics Tags and Dynamics Body. Okay, now we have assigned a dynamic behavior to our actors. Now we must change some options of the dynamic of everyone. Okay, let's start with the wall. Okay, so I select the dynamics body of the wall, and I change the trigger mode from immediately to on collision. Okay, I think we must change individual elements. I think we must choose all elements, and we also could choose I use size increment. I think it's this one. I change it to 5 centimeter, and I think it's all for the wall. It's good. Okay, now change the properties of the dynamic body of the plane. In this case is very simple. We have only to turn off the dynamic of this object. Okay, turn off. We select the sphere. Okay, and we could leave the trigger way in immediately. It's right for us now, but we must change the custom initial velocity, so we put a flag here. Okay, and now to change the value we need, we must go to the sphere, center the sphere in the scene by pressing S on your keyboard. And as you can see, we have the three axes, Y, X and Z. So we know we must change the Z properties of the sphere. Okay, so I come back in the dynamics menu and I change the initial linear velocity of the Z value. It's the last one because the first X, Y, Z. I think we could make it 2000. I think it's enough. Okay, so if we have to change other thing, I think it's all good. Shape automatic, individual elements off. I think we could start our scene and we could start to see if it's working properly. Okay, so let's change our view size, our view mode. Okay, by pressing Alt on your keyboard, left button of the mouse, and rotating. Okay, so we get a better view of what's happening. So press play, and as you can see, our work is good. Okay, I think it's all. I hope you guys found this tutorial very helpful. I wait for your comments, for your email, for your thoughts. Tell me if it's too fast, too slow, anything. Okay, bye bye, see you next time.